Today we're automating our Spotify from music playing when we get home to music when we wake up. That's all coming up on Project Smart Home. Spotify Plus is very good because it takes all the guesswork out of using Spotify. So basically, in this episode, we will be using Spotify Plus to not only automate the entire Spotify, but use it in automation so we don't have to touch the web player again. You're going to go to the second link in the description down below and click on this link, the my.homeassistant.io link. And once you go to that, you'll be redirected to this page here. This link reaches your custom integration. So you click open link and it opens and it says, do you want to add this custom repository? Home Assistant component underscore Spotify Plus. Click add. And then click download and download. So it's going to download the latest version of Spotify Plus. And so now we're going to go to settings, click restart required and click submit. And this is going to restart Home Assistant. Once Home Assistant is restarted, then we can go to developer.spotify.com. And so just some news on updates. You may be able to do this, just depending on how old your Spotify account is. So they did release an update on the developer access. So if you have never done this before, you may not be able to do this step, as Spotify have limited how many people can use a developer account now. But if you do be able to do it, so we'll just go to here, and then you go to, so once you go to developer.spotify.com, you click on your account, go to dashboard. And so if you do have a different one already here, then we can change it to that one. So I already have one here for Home Assistant. This one's set up for my Spotify Plus. But basically, don't need a name. It can name anything. But the redirect URL, make sure it's my.homeassistant.io/redirect/oauth. So that you can edit it. So if you have already one, you can just edit it here. And then we want the web API and the web playback SDK. So as long as that's all done, then you can save it and that will work. So basically your client ID, you copy your client ID and client secret to a notepad document because we're going to need that later. Okay, now we're back at Home Assistant. So we're going to go to Devices and Services and we're going to add integration. We want Spotify Plus. Okay, so now we're going to put the name of this. So we named it Home Assistant. So we're going to put that there. And then we're going to take the client ID and the client secret. So we're going to put those there. And we're going to put that there. And then click add. And then it's going to ask, allow Spotify connect to Home Assistant. And then we're going to click agree. And then we click link account. And that's all done. Spotify Plus is now set up. So click skip and finish. And so now Spotify Plus is now set up. So now if I go back to my main Home Assistant, so I just got here because I've already got it set up over here. So basically, if I go into here, you can see I've got these automations right here. So basically, I've got it. So when the time equals 8:30, or when I get home, or when I say play Spotify to the Home Assistant voice assistant, and it checks if it's already playing, then don't do it. And if the time is after 8:29 and before 9 p.m. So it sets the volume of my bedroom echo. And then this is the main one. I'm using the play context under Spotify Plus. So these are whole different ones that shows that I will show you later. But the entity ID, so we're going to choose what account we want. If you only have one, then that's the bit. It's only one, so it'll be this one here. And then the context URL. So that you can find that by going to your Spotify player, clicking on here, going share and holding the control button, and it changes it to copy Spotify URI. And that's where we got that from. And then device ID, you can also get this from developer.spotify.com. So if we go back to developer.spotify.com, and then we have the get available devices web API. So you want to play something on Spotify. So let's just play my own song. I know. And then if I refresh this, and then click try it, we can see we've got all the things here. So my PC is right here and the ID is right here. So we want the ID from here. I'm just going to copy the ID. So the device ID, I've got it on star. So for example, I've got it on Star because if we go back to the Spotify Plus integration, and then we click on settings right here, I've got it on. So the default Spotify Connect is my bedroom echo. So if you click Star, it will always choose that default player device. And I'll talk about scripts later. But this I actually don't use. Even though it's selected here, I actually don't use it. I actually don't see the point of using it. But I will go through scripts later in this video. So basically, I've got it on Star, so that means it's going to choose this one every time. But then if you click here, it gives you all your ones that are connected to Spotify, and plus through the Spotify Connect integration. But so if I go back to the automations and we go to my Spotify one again, and I go back to the play media, play context, if I paste this here, the one that I just took from that website, and paste it in the device ID, it will play it to that exact one every single time. So for example, I'm just going to put this here to show you. I'm going to paste that there. Delay I've got is 2 seconds. So after each command, it's going to wait 2 seconds. So I've got 2 seconds, so now I've got on shuffle. So it will turn the shuffle on straight away. So once you see here, see currently shuffle is turned off, but it will automatically turn it on because this is ticked here. The shuffle is ticked right here. Okay, and now I've got player set repeat mode. So I've told it to use this device ID, which is a star, but we're going to put the computer's device ID right now. So the context tracker off. So it means that if I do want to play one track or do I want to play the whole playlist over and over again. So I've got on context because it will do the whole player context, which is the playlist basically. And I've got delay for 2 seconds again, and then I've just got just in case something either, because it's not perfect. This integration is not perfect, so it doesn't always start up straight away. So I've got it just in case it doesn't start up for any reason. I've got it to try 2 more times. So I've never had any problems with it, but it has used these a few times where I've had it down here where it has set me an escalation saying it's not playing. Bedroom Echo is not playing. So it's normally that it's either I've changed the name of something or the Spotify ID is changed. So you just got to go back into the settings of Spotify Plus integration and select the default device again, and it will go through. So sometimes if the Spotify ID may change, so you may have to recopy the Spotify ID by going to the web and checking it again. But so basically that's it. So we've set all that. We're going to save that, and I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this right here. I'm just going to put this right here so you can see it. I'm going to put this on this side. We're going to close that. Okay, there we go. So now if I click the play context button, it will play it. But because this is in this automation, it's going to play the whole thing. So I could just go back to here, and if I click run actions, see it starts playing, and now shuffle is on. So because, yep, and now it's waited 2 seconds, and now repeats on. So it we've set the volume, but that's okay because we weren't using that at the moment. So I'll change it back after. But this basically, it performed the action. It changed it to repeat mode. So because it waited 2 seconds. So it did this. It waited 2 seconds, did that. Wait another 2 seconds, and then turn the repeat on. So this is just so you don't send too many actions to Spotify API at once, so you basically they don't think you're a bot or something. So that's why I'm using the delay of 2 seconds. And so basically it's set the repeat mode, and because it did it on the first time, Spotify Plus changed to playing, so this didn't actually apply. So none of this actually ran because it started playing straight away. And that's why I've got the delay of 2 seconds, just to make sure that it changes to playing before it tries again. So now it's playing all fine. So that's good. If you don't want to use the play context one, there is multiple other things that Spotify Plus can do. So you can create a playlist, follow an artist, follow a playlist, follow users, get album, get artist, get audiobook, all these types of things. Playlist change. So I just use it to play music, but there's so much more things that you can do. Spotify Plus is very deep in how many things you can do with this. It's just lots. So with certain Google devices, you have to do it the zero config because of the way that the Google interacts with their speakers. There is I don't know exactly how it works because it's just too hard. I just found it too hard, and that's why I use Alexa devices. But you have to use zero conf to send over a command to the Google speakers to be able to play Spotify Plus on them. By getting, you have to scan for the discover the device over zero conf, and you have to find the IP and then send it via a local IP. I just found it too hard, so I just used the Alexa devices over the Spotify code, and it's just so much easier. So I recommend, if you're gonna do this with anything that's not like a phone or a computer, because the phones or computers, they work very well with that URL, that little Spotify that little Spotify code, because they work perfectly. But if you're using Google Home, Google Nest, anything like that, and I think Sonos speakers too, they have trouble. They don't. I think there's some security that's blocking them from sending it straight through that code. So I recommend Alexa devices, or you can just use a Windows computer, Mac, Linux, or iOS, Android. They all work fine. So you can grab a whole bunch of things. So this is the one I use. Mainly I use Pay Contacts. You've got repeat mode, shuffle mode, set volume level, playlist cover, image add, step level, all this type of stuff. Scripts we'll come back to a bit later. But this one is quite nice. Play media, play track favorites. So this basically is going to play your liked videos, liked songs playlist. So you just when you click on this one, you select the entity, yes, and then paste the device ID in here. And then basically it's just going to go through your liked songs. So every time you add a new liked song, it's going to play it. It's going to add it to that playlist, and it's going to play your like songs over and over again. So if you just use your like songs playlist as your main playlist, go ahead and just use the play media track favorites, because then you won't have to worry about the NTID changing or anything like that. So you can just put your device ID in here, and it's done. All these automations are available to you on my school community. So if you like the exact YAML for my automations, and plus all of my automations are here, any of these automations, all of them are inside my school community. So if you want to figure out anything that I'm doing, or would you like just to copy any of my automations, they're all on my school community. So if you go to the first link in the description down below, join the Project Smart Home school community, you can get anything that I have on my Home Assistant, including my dashboard. Scripts are another way you can start media playback. So if this was on idle and I click the play button, or if I had like a thing on my dashboard and I could just click this button and it went to and it clicked music, you can do that with scripts. So if I go back to the Spotify Plus integration, and you can see I've got this script here, the Spotify Plus play playlist with shuffle. So it says a script called to turn on the device when it plays media content. So when you click the play button, it would run that script and it would play the playlist that you had in that script. So the script basically is saying, so I've got it to set the volume of the bedroom echo, and then to the play media play context, as I always use, with the context URL and the device ID right here, using the delay of 2 seconds still with the shuffle, yes. And so as soon as I click that play button, I could have a button on my dashboard anywhere, or I could just tell the Home Assistant, voice assistant to say play, and then it just sets the repeat mode, and then it sets the volume level. So that's basically how scripts work. So they're a different way to use an automation that doesn't require a trigger. So they're triggered manually. So yeah, this is the YAML for it. So basically volume set. I'm using the NCID to set the volume, and then I'm just using the Spotify playlist, and then device ID star, and then I'm just so repeat mode, and then the volume level. I've just got the description down here. This will be available for free in my school community. It'll be just in the top post for this video. And just before I go, I was going to show you all the attributes. So these are all the attributes that you can use to on automation. So you can specify anything. So when you're playing a song, so let's just play a song right now. You'll see it update there. And so we've got basically the media title, the media artist, media album, track and playlist. So you can use something like Mastodon if you like, and you can post each time it plays a song. So just what is playing. So when we play Turn It Up, and then we played Song Uptown, and so if we refresh, it will say yeah, we're playing this again, and it's on my computer. So you can use this for like automations or anything. So you can extract the song from there. If you like this video, and you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join my school community for way more videos like this and more in-depth videos. See you all next time, and this has been Project Smart Home. Thank you for watching.